Welcome to the Handsome Reaper Shoot Interview Series. We're spending an evening with Dangerous Johnny Diamond. And with that, the first question to any interview is, Johnny, how did you get into the sport of professional wrestling?
Oh, wow. Well, first off, hello, everybody. Hey, Handsome Reaper Productions. Thanks for the interview. Wow. Got into pro wrestling. As a kid, always liked that superhero, supervillain, comic books, and I always got into that. And then I found out about the professional sport of wrestling and fell in love with it almost overnight. I was about maybe 9, 10, and was watching it with my dad, and I fell in love with it. The action, the performance, the showboating, I loved it. And I started watching it more and more, and I really got into it. Then as years went by, I started meeting a lot of people and getting involved with wrestling. I got involved with George A. McCropolis, Blackjack Brown, all of them, John Arezzi, Vince Russo. I started making friends and contacts and meeting a lot of little guys in the wrestling business. And as I got a little more older than that, people were saying, "Yo, you got the personality. You should go for managing and try your hand at the industry." I said, "Me? A wrestler? No." I said, "But manager, that's an idea. You're just telling the story of the good guy versus the bad guy versus the good guy, or the good guy versus the good guy, and you're telling a story when you're out there as the manager, and you're absorbing the fans into that comic book realm, and you're making them realize, you leave their problems at home, and they're coming into your world now, and you gotta make them believe it." So I was very gifted like that with talking and showmanship. I did a lot of acting in school and performing in school. I was in wrestling in school, and I took that, what I knew about it, and I moved it up, and I finally talked to a couple of people, and they got me in, and got the proper training. And then the first break I had was at Michael Carbonaro's Big Apple convention, and we had set it up with a company called USA Pro Wrestling, which was owned by Frank Goodman, and he was kind enough to take me under his wing and give me a break and groom me even more. And that weekend I was going to be performing that Saturday night, and he turned around and I had to sell tickets and learn the ring, and not ashamed to say anything about that. Selling tickets is good because you're showing how many people you can bring in, to the arena for you. And I oversold what he told me he wanted sold. I way oversold, and he was like freaked out by that, like how many people wanted to come to see me. But before that, the day before, I started at Michael Carbonaro's Big Apple convention, and it was at the church, I think, Columbus Circle. That was my first appearance, and it was a big hype about me, because everybody had known me, all the boys knew me, and the people in the press, they knew me, and people within the industry knew me, and Frank was giving me a push, and he was going to teach me and groom me up into pro wrestling instead of high school wrestling. And he was going to take that showmanship and the knowledge of what I did have, and the knowledge of everybody that I was friends with and associated with on a personal level, and groom that into Johnny Diamond. And little did I know at the time, I came in that night and I was going with this biker gimmick. And you probably remember it. I know you do, because I gave you a personal item. My first leather vest. I came in as a biker type of gangster thug, street thug, and okay, I'm gonna try this, and it went well. And the fans took well to it, and he groomed me from that image up to more of a gangster mobster image. He groomed me from like that. You went from gang member and you moved your way up the echelon, and I knew about a lot of things about street and real life and what was going on, and I was very street knowledgeable also, and I learned a lot, and I watched, and I knew how to handle crowd control. And I was like, okay, this is good, because I also do private security also. So I knew about how to work with crowd, how to get them to do what you want, but they fine-tuned me. A lot of people helped me with that. Frank was the main one. And after that, other companies started wanting me, and he was like, well, let's groom you a little more, you know. And everybody say, oh, he's holding me back, he's holding me back. No, Frank was grooming me. There was a difference. He was making sure that I'd be going out there, because if I went out to another federation, I'm now USA Pro property. Okay, he's the one who's tutoring me. He's the one grooming me to fine tune me. So if I go out, I'm representing that company. Okay, even though that's my home company. And finally, about a year after I was in the business and doing matches every month, I mean every month, sometimes 2, 3, 4 matches a month with Frank. He'd be doing them all over the place, all the different, you know, showcasing everything, and he let me work my way up, and the fans wanted it, so he gave them to them, and that's part of this business. You give the fans what they want. And I started going into other companies, and I was so fine-tuned by Frank and by the boys that I was working with, and by watching and listening and learning the secrets and the trades of pro wrestling, that I started getting really hot. And other people would want me, and I'd say, look, you know, I'll do your shows, but out of respect for USA Pro, I'm always going to be doing their shows, no matter what. So their show comes precedent first. I would never double book, as they say. Say one guy's got a promotion in Jersey, and Frank's running that night over in the Elks Lodge. Okay, I could do both, but what good is that? It's demeaning the company that you're actually performing for, because now the fans ain't going to come there, and he's highlighting you. He's highlighting you as a manager, or you're in a special tuxedo match, or whatever it is. It's like demeaning to that company. Okay, that's the company that groomed you, and if they're backing you, you should be backing them. And a lot of people knock Frank and everything, but let me tell you, one of the shrewdest businessmen I know, and he knows how to take a talent and turn it around, and he helped me a lot. You know, I don't care what anybody says. You know, if you screw around in business, you're going to get screwed around back. I came a little late, and I told him I was coming late, and he knew there was some family problems, and he says, okay, just get here when you can. I got there, and it was maybe a half hour in the show, and there was a performer out there who was just running his mouth. Big fat guy. And the guy had no talent whatsoever. He wasn't trained, wasn't licensed. I was licensed because I was trained, and I had to have certain performers and promoters sign to say, yes, we've trained him to get my license. Before I even stepped in that ring, I had a license, a New York State Athletic Commission license. This guy had nothing. He was just some slob that wanted to be in the business, and he was just blabbering off, and Frank just walked up to me as I walked up the stairs. I got my suitcases in, I got my gear on, you know, I'm kind of my gear, and he looks at me and goes, Diamond, he goes, get geared up, go take, don't like that, leave your gear, go out there and shoot on this guy and rip him apart and put him in his place, because he won't leave the ring. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, just go out there and shoot. I was like, are you kidding me? You're giving me a mic? He goes, go do it now. No hesitation. I dropped my bags and I ran outside to the arena, and all of a sudden I just came out and I took control of the whole audience, and next thing I know, the lights come on, they blatted on me, and I'm just shooting on this guy in just my street clothes, and I'm ripping him apart, and he's sitting there like, and he didn't know what to say.
So I wanted to ask you, John,
Yeah.
Who was the, quote, slob that you had to shoot on?
Oh, I don't like to bash people. The guy, he goes by Mr. Big. He's out of the business. Yeah, he tried. You know, he was a nice guy, sold tickets, but he had some problems, personal demons that he had to fight off or whatever. But and he was like basically a money mark for Frank, and you know, he'd sell tickets and this that, and he'd help out with getting the bars set up and everything else. But Frank would give him an opportunity. And at that point, we didn't have to have the licenses no more. Now the promoter had to have the license. Okay, so this guy didn't have to get licensed. So who else better to teach him? And Frank said, well, I taught you, so you guys with him and work with him, and we're going to build something up. And we built up a whole storyline from that incident, because he was out there and he wasn't being very professional. That's why Frank wanted me to go out there and take him out. And I did, and the fans bought it, and it was real. There was no playing on that. You know, you were hurting the company. as far as I'm concerned. And the boss told me to take control of it and close you down. That's what I was good at. And I did. And the guy was like, and the next thing you know, the fans just blew up and went crazy. And, then afterwards, he goes, what'd you do that for? Well, Frank told me to, because you were getting out of control. You had one too many of whatever you were doing, and you got out of control out there. And I said, but you know what, we're going to work this around. And for the next year or two, we started working together, and the fans knew that we hated each other. They bought it. Personally, the guy was okay as a worker, but he had to be brushed and fine-tuned. And it was working with somebody that wasn't licensed, and that was a little scary for me, because you never know. I get in the ring with somebody, I want to be safe. I want them to be safe, I want me to be safe. But Frank assured me, he's okay, he knows the rules. I said, okay. And I grew him to help him, and I tell him what to feed into, and rip on me, rip on you. We're going to switch it up, that I'm going to be the good guy, you're going to be the villain. Then I'll be the villain, you're going to be the good guy. And we're going to see how the fans take to it. So we built up a storyline for a while, and it culminated out at one show. Finally was a tuxedo match, which it really worked out really good. I'm sure I have that. It'll probably be on the specials. I don't know that match, but that was a really fun match to do. It was putting him over, yet putting me over. I say villain. A lot of people say heel or face. To me, it's always the comic book scenario. Villain, superhero. Make the fans come into your world. And that's part of the magic of the business. And I see a lot of that, the storylines and things today, they're not doing that as much as they used to. It was fun for the fans. They got it. It's like, oh God. And then we came up with somebody wanted to make comic books about me. I was like, what? Here I am, one of the biggest fans for comics, and they wanted to make a comic book about me. And I was like, whoa, this is like too surreal. And they did, and they made a couple of different copies of different comic books, and it was flattering. It was fun.
And I believe that was Monkey Pants Comics.
Monkey Pants Comics.
Who did the Balls Mahoney, Masked Maniac, Dangerous Johnny Diamond comic?
No, the first one was Freaking Balls. That was
Freaking Balls, that's right.
That was it's starring me and Balls, and we the first premiere night was at the Elks Lodge, and we signed that son of a bitch in blood for the first couple of copies, and like the 1, the 50, the 100, and there was almost like 5,000 copies made, and that sold out within months. They had to go to second printing of that, and the fans were just buying it everywhere we went. Any convention, any wrestling show, even if it wasn't a USA Pro show, we put them on the table. The fans were buying them up. They were numbered. There was gold editions. There was silver editions. It's marketing, and it increases the value of the product that you're selling. You got to be smart about it. You keep it limited edition, and that's the way you keep up the price going up. And and then you've got different limited editions. You've got gold ones, you've got blood ones, you've got original blood with a blood pen and taking the fingers and smearing it all for your name.
And for those who don't know, Johnny Diamond happens to be a great fan of comic books.
Huge, huge, as you know. I love them. I've been collecting since before. I got my grandfather's collection, my father's collection, and my own collection, and I still collect to this day. It's an escape. It's an escape from the real world, and it shows, the comic book show a lot of real things. And when you're doing wrestling, you want to try to alleviate the person's headaches, the person's woes, the problems, whatever they want. You want them to come into your world and escape into that fantasy world. And that's magical, and you can do that and get through to a fan and make them believe that this is real. That's magical.
And that's pretty much how you made your transition from Johnny Diamond, the kid who read comic books and played with the classic toys. You became
Johnny Diamond.
Johnny Diamond, right into pro wrestling.
Thanks to Frank Goodman and George Amakopoulos and God rest his soul, and Blackjack and people like that believed in me. John Arezzi, Vince Russo. I knew him from years ago, before he got into the WWF as Vic Venom or whatever it was he was doing.
It was Vic Venom.
Then he moved over to WCW, and we caught up with each other. It was like, wow, he remembered me as a kid, and young like him, when we were just starting with the conventions with John Arezzi and all them, and and one of the best things I ever did, I think, was help get Bruno Sammartino and Larry Zbyszko to bury the hatchet. I was an annoying prick. I drove him crazy, but in a good way. And I helped get that done. Bringing in Sting when he first won his world title against Ric Flair, his first world title. Steve was a great guy. There's a lot of people in this business that have touched my life, or I've touched their lives, and you keep it real. I mean, Terry Funk was like one of my best friends. It's like Uncle Terry to me. You know, as a kid, I can remember we used to come out in Madison Square Garden, wherever he was, and we'd start mooning him in the middle of the garden, front row. We're pulling our pants down, we're mooning fucking Terry Funk, and he'd come over and swack us on our asses, the whole line of us, and he'd be like, "What are you boys doing? You guys are crazy!" And we're like, it's all part of the fun. It's part of the show. We got so bad into it because he brought us into that world of what he was doing, and that was what's fascinating magic about the wrestling. You know, that is real and it is magic of it. And knowing the real people behind the magic, that's even more fun. And then, you know, it starts spreading out and start to meet people. And then I did a couple of conventions. I had a really great luncheon with one of my heroes, J.J. Dillon, who used to run the Horseman, a manager. And, we sat there, I was at a table, and he came over, he goes, "You're Don Diamond?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, I said, "Oh my God." And Balls was sitting there right next to me. He goes, "He's coming up to you." I was like, "Oh, I know. I was panicking because it was J.J. Dillon. And he said, "Why don't you come on over here and we're going to have a talk?" I said, "All right, because I've seen some of your stuff." And we had a little luncheon at a convention and we talked. And man, there was nothing like learning from him. The ins and outs and the mind concept of being a manager and what you're doing. And I knew a lot of it, but a lot more that he taught me to fine-tune it. People like him, people like Bobby the Brain Heenan, he's Captain Lou. Captain Lou, I loved him like he was my own. His niece, who everybody rags on, I don't know why, she's a lovely girl with me, Cammie. She's a great girl, and she handled Lou, and she handled me, she handled Sandman, she handled all of us, Bruce, Barbara, she handled everybody. You know, and we always did good. And Captain Lou was like my own uncle. I mean, he was amazing. The things that he could teach you, if you sat there and talked and you listened. You know, they say, this old saying, it says, listening is an art form. Listen to learn to listen. And I did that, and I listened, and I watched, and I learned from the best.
So John, with that, I want to take you back just a little and ask you, where did you actually train?
Well, I did high school wrestling. That was my training. Okay, then I really didn't want to wrestle. I wanted to be more the storyteller, the manager, and I picked up with that USA Pro. I learned from them, and people that have Balls Mahoney, Duke Pippo Snyder. They would take me on the side and teach me privately. Okay, so I'd be able to take a bump, so I'd be able to give shots, so I'd do cuts. They'd teach me all that, and I'd sat there and I'd take out of my own time, not even a show. I'd go to the house, or they'd come here, or we'd go and train, and they'd take me to a gym and train me. I couldn't be a technical wrestler like a Bret Hart or a Chris Benoit or anybody great like that, and I knew that, but I knew that I sure could tell a story. I knew that I could make my worker that I was working with, the wrestler, or the opposite wrestler, I can make them shine and make them both look good as a superhero or a villain and get the fans to believe in that world. So that was my role in pro wrestling, and helping promote the wrestlers, and that meant not just in the ring, but taking them to other shows, going to conventions, getting them booked with us as a team. Then I met somebody that is so dear to my heart. He's gone, but that was my boy Chris, and he taught me even further and took me longer. And he took time to teach me more of the technical and more of the ring savvy. That was Chris Candido. He was amazing. Yeah, that's where I stood with wrestling. I wanted to be part of it, but I knew I couldn't do the technical. I couldn't do that. I was a little too old for that. That's for the younger guys. But I could join and make that whole story work. And everybody has a role they have to play in the business, and that was my role, to promote, to get out there, to groom, to help other people that I'm working with, get them more famous, more bigger, and also, it's my job as manager not to be the superstar, but to make the wrestler that I'm working with or against look like the superstar and the hero. My job was background work, not the work. Maybe they're not groomed to talk well on the mic. My idea was to tell the fans the story with my facials, my hands, with my actions. And of course, if I get beat up or I did a beat up, and I did that, that was part of the show. That comes with the role, but I didn't want to be technical. I wanted to be the one who would be promoting the wrestling, telling the story. That's the magic of the industry.
And speaking of getting beat up, you were kind of trained on the side by Balls and Candido at the school, correct?
Yes.
At the USA Pro School, which for a while was doing quite well.
It was doing quite well. Just you couldn't get enough people that would want to put their time and energy into it. Everybody thinks, hey, I want to get out the ring. I want to be Hulk Hogan. I want to be Rob Van Dam. Hell, you know what? Put your time in. Learn your trade. Learn your craftsmanship. You see, there's more to just getting out there and doing the moves. Anybody could do that. Anybody could practice what they see on TV. There's the science behind it. There's the theory behind it. There's telling the story with your body as a wrestler or a manager or a valet or a promoter. There's so many aspects to doing it, and you want to get up there and you want to be the next Rob Van Dam and you want to go up against Sandman and win. That's crazy. That's stupidity. You're not going to get that. You're still a rookie. You're still green. And they all wanted to get pushes, and they don't want to cough up the money to learn. So it folded down. There wasn't a lot of people. They'd say, yeah, we're coming in. We'll do this, and they'll give X amount, but they wouldn't show up for the rest of the sessions because they couldn't afford it. Well, they didn't want to be bothered once they seen how much work really went into it, and there does go a lot of work into just not even just the wrestling and being part of it, because you gotta know every facet that you're doing, which is it's something. And Frank, he has the knowledge for that, and Balls and Chris. There's a lot of guys that have knowledge. Like I said, the old saying stands by, listening is an art form. Listen to learn, learn to listen. Keep your mouth shut and watch and learn and listen and do. Don't do what you want to do. Do what you're being taught to do.
Okay, so in talking about training, Johnny, I'd like to ask you, where would you recommend that any young up-and-coming wrestlers on the indie scene train when they're, of course, willing to put in the work?
Well, there's a lot of good schools. I don't know if Bobby Lombardi's back in New York, but he did train a couple of people with the Dog Pound. He had some good workers come out of there.
LIWF, for those of you who may remember that promotion.
Bobby Lombardi was very good like that. But personally, the best that I always liked was my boy Larry Sharp. I remember when he opened up the School Monster Factory back with Buddy, and I seen what they did, and it's still one of the safest. And a lot of his guys that graduate from his school get used in major promotions and get picked up, and they still have, and they still are doing it. One of the first ones I seen come out of him was a young guy, young kid, wet behind the ears. I seen him at a convention we were doing, and that was when we found out about that John Studd had passed away, and that was going back years ago, that convention. And the first one, he was a young kid. Kid had a good look, thin, nice clean-cut look, wholesome, had long hair, good physique, quick as lightning. And they called him the Lightning Kid. And a lot of people don't know me, not remember that, but I do. I was there that day when he debuted at the convention. They had a ring set up so they could have different people wrestling. He was wrestling, and later on, not even a couple of months later, he was now the 1-2-3 kid. He was brought into WWE, WWF at the time, and he was born as a Lightning Kid, and then quickly they changed that and they made the 1-2-3 kid because he pinned somebody so fast, and he had these amazing moves, and to this day I consider him a friend. We see each other at lockups or whatever. And, you know, that man was X-Pac. You know, Sean Waltman. And guy's got incredible talent. He knows how to tell a storyline. Unfortunately, in this business, sometimes you get a little lured away from the excitement, the lure of the business, and it lures you to the dark side. And so I don't drink, I don't do any drugs. Haven't done that. I'm clean 19 years, clean and sober. But that's my own demons that I did, and I did it, and I beat it, and I haven't to look back. Some people do, and they get caught up sometimes in that. And thankfully, that he picked himself up, and he's doing much better now. Last I heard. I haven't heard from him in a while, but I did hear he had some demons, and he fought them, and he's doing good from what I'm hearing now. I haven't seen him in a while. I miss him. It was amazing. We sit there, and I'll show him. I'll say, "Hey, Sean, do you remember this?" And he's like, "Oh my God, look at that diamond!" And you know, when he was first coming in, I was like, just like I said, this kid's gonna go. He's gonna go places, and he did. And, you know, sometimes the lure of the money and the lure of the dark side, you get caught up in the rat race, and that happens. Although a lot, not just one or two. I'm talking a lot in this business. They get involved with the women, the wine, the song, the dance, and the drugs, and the whole nightlife, and everything else, and they take the fame and the fortune, and they don't know how to deal with it. And it just overwhelms them. And a lot of guys, unfortunately, have passed away because of that. But there are a lot of guys that in this business that have those demons, and they beat them. They become more successful. You know, if they don't, they're going to wind up 6 feet under. When I'm in that ring, when I'm outside that ring, and we're performing, I got to be able to trust you with my life. Because blink of an eye, you can get hurt, you can get crippled. I've seen a kid get killed in a ring. Spider, as a matter of fact, a couple of years ago. He was fine, he looked great, everything was good, the kid had raw talent. He got into the ring with somebody that was smoking some wild shit, and the next thing you know, he thought, it's okay, I had a little smoke, but that little smoke, that 1 second, turned around, cost that young boy his life. Because the guy didn't handle him right. When he was coming out, he backflipped him and he landed on his head and killed him within 5 minutes. So that can happen. It's real. I've seen a young man get crippled for life. And that was not a promoter's fault. That was that own kid's fault for saying he was this, and that. And saying that, but he didn't have a license. But, oh, I can sell tickets. I can get out there. I could be the next Wild Van Dam. You froze in the middle of the ring. And because you froze, you got hurt. And when you got hurt, you were crippled. It came down on his head and it crippled him. And then the asshole referee pushed him to the fucking floor. That referee wasn't even trained or licensed. Pushes him to a floor and causing more damages. But everybody likes to try to blame the promoter for that, but it wasn't the promoter's fault. They said they were trained. They passed the basic chain training, you know, getting in the ring and doing chainmail wrestling and regular wrestling. They did that. They could do all this, but you know what? Getting in there and actually performing in front of a crowd, he got stage struck. He got scared and he froze and he didn't tuck. And because he didn't tuck, he got hurt. And now that young boy is crippled for the rest of his life.
Were there any repercussions brought onto the promotion? Any lawsuits?
A lot of people said there were. Okay, a lot of people tried to say that the promotion was at fault, and it wasn't. And I've talked to the New York State Athletic Commission about that. No charges. The investigation was dropped. Everything was found that this promotion, as a matter of fact, it was USA Pro. Everybody, and I've talked to the head commissioner from the New York State Athletic Commission about this. And I've talked to Frank about it, and they would try to bring charges, but it was called insurance. We have insurance for this. This kid went in that ring knowing what he did and that he wasn't as trained, and it was the first time being in front of a crowd, had his family, friends there and everything. He wants to be a mucky-muck, and they tried following charges, but you know what? Frank did the right thing. The insurance covered everything, what they could, and everybody went up to the hospital, including Frank and everybody else, to help this kid. But they tried, the family tried, and you know what, I've talked to the New York State Athletic Commission, and basically they've said to me that there are no charges ever formally brought against USA Pro or Frank Goodman or anything that have to do with USA Pro at all, because there was no fault found. Okay? There's a lot of people that are disgruntled and try to knock Frank. Well, you know what? Maybe if you showed up on time and your match didn't cost him money, maybe something. Oh, well, he didn't pay me right. He didn't pay me enough. Blah blah blah. You know what? Show the fuck up on time like you're supposed to. Do what you're supposed to do. Come in there straight and sober. Perform. Do your story. Do your routine or your match. Whatever you're supposed to do. Do it on time. Stay there. Be a backup if you need it. Do what you're supposed to do right by the company, and Frank will pay you. Frank will do the right thing by you. But no, everybody wants to be a superstar. Okay? And that's where they get a bad rap. Say, guy comes in, he's due for the second match. He don't come into the fifth match and still wants to get out there and have a match. Frank had to change the whole match around because this asshole doesn't come in on time or beforehand. When I go to a show, I was always taught proper etiquette. You show up at a show at least 2 to 4 hours earlier. You go through your physical. You go through your training. You go through everything. All right, you sign in. You say you're there. You go over your matches. You go over everything that's supposed to be done. You don't show up halfway into the card and you're supposed to be there by match 2 and you expect the promoter to give you a match and he still did anyway, and then you got the balls to bitch about it that he didn't give you full pay because you just cost him time and money. This is a show of huge magnitude. Okay? And a lot of people would say that, or they double book on them and cost them money. Okay? They say, well, we'll wrestle here at USA Pro, but we're going to go make another show in Long Island, okay, that's running against him, and not give the man the benefit of the courtesy of saying, look, we're going to run double show tonight. Now he's booking you as a superstar, whether it be Hulk Hogan, whoever, you know, he's booking you for that show, and you're taken away from that by going to somebody else the same night, trying to double book and try to get greedy. All you got to do is show up at the right time. Be there and work the match. You didn't have to make it look so you're working 2 promotions, so now he's losing money because the other promotion couldn't get you. But you're figuring you're going to piggyback it? That ain't fucking right. You go there, the company that's promoting you go there, you work that company. You work that show, you work that match. They give you everything to the fans. A lot of these guys don't. And that's wrong to me. As a fan, as a promoter, as a booker, as a captain in the locker room, as a manager, as somebody who has a love for this business, you give 150%, and then you give more. You give the fans what they want, you give the promoter what you want, you give the company what it wants. And the company and the fans and the promoters, they'll take care of you. For the past 3 years, I had some personal issues here. I lost my father. I'm not going to go into it, but I did lose him, and they take care of what I had to do. And I see to this day, I'll walk into a Best Buy or a restaurant or something. Oh my God! And people give you that look like, huh? I'm like, yeah, it's me. And where you been? Da, da, da. You know, it got so boring since you're not around. And they want you back. And okay, you know, it's nice. Everybody telling me to come back. And I've been thinking about it. And I retired, you know, from everything. About 3 years ago when my dad took sick, and I took care of that, and everybody's like, you know what, it's 2 years already, his dad's dead, come back to the entertainment business, do what you do best and what you love the most, come be with your friends, your family, the people that do love you, and the fans and everybody else. And it was like, okay. So I've been thinking about it, and everybody cornered me at the convention at the Jacob Chavez Center. I got cornered by about 12 people, and they all talked to me, and finally between Michael Carbonaro and Jim Steranko and Roadkill and Jerry Lawler and everybody sitting there, and Duggan, everybody's like, just do it. And Neil Simon, all these people I know, and they're like, just come. This is what you love. This is what you were born to do, and you love it, and we all love you, and the fans love you. So think about it. And I said, you know what? It's time to do what I got to do, and I'm going to come back, and we'll start up this return of Johnny Diamond. The legend is not a myth quote. Don't consider myself a legend. Don't consider myself a myth. I just was. I was just doing my job out there, you know, entertaining and having fun and loving it. You know, somebody told me once, as a matter of fact, it was Superfly Jimmy Snuka. He said, Johnny, he goes, the day that this is not fun no more, and it becomes just about the money and everything else, and you're not having a good time out there, just walk away. Because it's going to show to the fans. And at that time, when I did walk, I had to, because I had to take care of my family, my own personal life. But I do love it, so I'm going to come back and see how things go, and hopefully we'll have a good time, and it'll be another ride and another journey with Dangerous Johnny Diamond, you know?
Glad to hear it, John. I'd like to get back to your home promotion, USA Pro Wrestling, and I'd like to ask you for your personal and professional thoughts on Frank Goodman.
Oof. Wow. Alright, a lot of people talk trash. Internet, junk, all this bullshit. A lot of that don't work with me. That's all hype. That's all that's all hype and message boards and everything. As personally, if it wasn't for Frankie Goodman, Johnny Diamond might not have been come up so fast, gotten that break. That's more like a professional thing, but it was a personal thing too. He took a chance on me. But personally, when one of the strongest things that ever hit me in my life was my mother passing, and that came suddenly, everybody thought that I would go off deep, and I really did. And my regular job gave me a month off with pay, and everything was just like shattered. My mother was my world, and you know, I went down to Florida at the time. It was me and Vixen with her son. Went down to Disney World because I was going to cancel, and she said, no. She goes, you cancel if you want to. I said, no. I said, no, we can't do that to the kid, and Mom would want us to go. So we went to Disney World, and I was all types of fucked up. Sorry to curse, but that's the truth. My mind was not right. I was worried about my dad, the home, the family, everything. Mom was the world. So I got there. Frankie, he lives out there, and he got a hold of me, and he came and met me and everything. He's seen how bad I was. I was devastated. I was just like really getting huge within the community of the wrestling business and entertainment business, and he's seen my mind was shot, and that man saved my life, and he saved my career. He sat there and took me. The girls went out, his wife, the kids, and my ex-girlfriend Vixen with her kid. They went about their park business, and me and him went to the parks, and we sat there and talked sometimes just in the hotel, just to sit there and talk about things. And he got my fucking head straight. He stayed. I was going to only stay there for 2 weeks, and I wound up staying for a month. And that man, you know, you can say what you want about the man, but I know the man as a friend, and I can never forget what he did for me. He actually turned around and put me up at another hotel. He says, no, you stay here. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about anything. Get your head straight. You got to be in the game for this. And he told me about his personal experiences with his family, his mom and dad. And he'll talk about it once in a while. I'm not going to break his confidence, what we've talked about. But he got my head straight, man. And I'll tell you, if it wasn't for him, and people like him, and Balls Mahoney, and Sandman, and all these promoters and everybody, but he was the key element that got my head straight. Not even Vixen could do it at that time. Nobody could talk to me, and he did. And he identified with what happened to me and my mom, how heavy hit that was, and he got me to pull it together. And then later on, afterwards, when we come back, and then everybody started, well, first when Mom died, everybody's there, but that's what happens. I mean, promotions from China, Japan, from Italy, from across the country, everybody was calling me, promoters, the WWE, all the guys, everybody I know, I'm talking thousands of people called me. They stopped shows in Japan. In Japan, wrestlers, different girls, and people I know that, they called me from Japan. And everybody loved me and cared about it, and they knew within seconds what happened. A couple minutes, I got around the world, and when Frank got me together and I came back, and then everybody started coming in and, you know, contributing and helping me and being strong for me. I'd go to do a match at a certain arena, and I'd be like, damn, Mom loved when I performed here. Whatever it was, and they carried me through it. Not as though just workers, not as that. It was more love as a family love. You see, everybody gets it wrong about wrestling. See, like I told you before, when I work with somebody, I gotta trust them. Gotta trust them with my life. You gotta trust the person when you're working with them. You know what I'm saying, Nick? And you know, you gotta trust them with your life. Seriously, because anything can happen out there, and you have to be prepared for that. And when that happened to me, it was like my mind wasn't still in the game, in the zone. And they helped me get there and keep it there. So I'd still be performing, still entertaining, still doing my job. But yet they also were there supportively, morally, calling me, taking me, go out to dinner, whatever. You know, whatever it is, they were there for me. If I needed to talk or I was emotionally upset, they would come to me and talk to me. And this goes for everybody. You're talking about Dawn Marie, Missy Hyatt, you're talking Terry Funk, you're talking everybody I know at a show, and they knew what was going on, and yet they stopped as friends, as family, because we worked together. We may not agree on everything that's done in this business together, but when it came down to the bulkhead of everybody pulling together to support and show sympathy and true human compassion, they did it. And that's better than anything, man. That's better than any check you write, any show you do, anything else, because you've got people that love you and they treat you like you're your family. And when you got that, that's good. Now, even the fans were concerned. A lot of them wouldn't come up to me and talk to me about my mom or dad, and they still won't, you know, because it's a touchy subject, and that's cool. You know, I respect that. I respect that they don't ask. But, you know, Frank, man, that guy saved my life. He saved my life. He gave me life as Johnny Diamond, to be a friend, give me a chance. And he saved my life as a person, as John, because my head was all fucked up. You couldn't talk to me. I mean, you're in my home, and somebody would come in and touch something. You can't touch that. That's my mother's. I mean, everything was, you know. But he got my head straight. And when I came back home, I was strong enough because of him to take care of my father and the house and the home and the properties and all the bankings and everything else that had to be done. I was a strong one for my father, as I had to be. You know, that's more on a personal level than the wrestling, but that's the truth. That's what this man did. And that he didn't have to do that, but he did. And I'll never forget that. You know, took out his own pocket to keep me down there. He told me, don't worry about it, kid. You got to be in the game. You got to get your head straight. Never mind the wrestling, but you got your family, your father, your home, your pride, your family, everything. Because you just got to get into the game period of life and get your head straight. Yeah, your mom died. Okay, you'll never get over it, but you kept the real thing. You know, and he got my head straight. I had Vixen, I had a son, I had my father, I had everything going on. A career launching, comic books coming out, T-shirts coming out. I mean, there was so many things going on, and I just zoned completely when my mother died. That crippled me, and he brought me back to life. That's why I owe that man my life. You know, a lot of people don't show or say, you know, how they feel, and you know what? I love that guy. And, you know, yeah, he's a shrewd businessman professionally. He's a great businessman. He's shrewd. You screw him, he's going to screw you back twice. You don't do the right thing on a show, you're going to hear about it. You're going to get ripped. Even I did. If I screwed up, I heard it. I got ripped. Everybody else, everybody who screw up on a show, you get ripped. That's professionalism. That's the profession we're in.
It also made for a very good hotline.
Yes, it did. I mean, I did a couple appearances on the hotline with him, and you know, I mean, even a point when I had gotten very sick at one time, I had a triple bypass 10 years ago. He respected enough not to tell people where I was, what I was doing, or what was going on. He just said, Johnny's sick. And finally, when I got him around after the surgery and everything, I agreed I was getting my strength back. I did even an hotline from the hospital live, so he could let the fans know Johnny's okay. You know, and the fans were that concerned about me. That's amazing. You know, not as John Diamond, but as John, as a person, to know that people care about you that much. You know, and I mean, you know, you've been a fan, but now you're one of my closest friends. You know.
Thank you, John.
You know, this is the way of life, and you do life the right way. You know, you stick to your family, your friends. Personally, Frank has taught me all these things, and other workers have. And Frank's great professionally with me and personally with me. Never had a problem with him. I always did my job. If I did something wrong, I heard about it and I took it like a fucking man. I didn't go whining, I didn't go crying, I didn't go bitching, saying, oh, doing another promotion. Oh, he said, go fuck yourself. Be a fucking man. You want to be in this business? Step up to the plate. You do something wrong, own up to it. You do something right, celebrate it. But you know what? Don't sit there and pat yourself on the fucking back like somebody else we used to know that was one of my closest friends to self-pat, you know? God bless him too, where he is. You know, it's just Frank did the right thing, and a lot of people could bitch, complain, or write what you want on message boards, but in person,
is there any one experience of Frank Goodman ripping into someone that we can candidly elaborate on?
Name the many. Yeah, I can. Actually, I really can. I have no problems talking about that shit. One kid, this guy Randy, I forget what his fucking stage name was.
Randy Darkfire.
That's it. That's the son of a bitch. He thought he was all that in a bag of chips, and he fucked Frank for big money on tickets. And Frank, he did it once, he did it twice, and this time was a really big show out in Long Island, and he fucked Frankie for hundreds of dollars. And Frankie came there, and he returns the tickets, and he's still supposed to be on the show. Alright, you want to be an asshole? You want to fuck me for a couple $100? No problem. Frank had it with this guy. It's a third strike. The guy was running his mouth, writing secret things on message boards, talking about the girls that are working in the back, talking about the boys, the bing, about a boop. What a piece of shit this guy was. Okay, maybe it was because he was stoned or stupid, but that is one of them. Okay, and he turned around and we hung him one night also, besides that, because we got the orders, because he was fucking around with one of the girls, Miss Michelle, and he was starting writing shit about her and little ecstasy, remember? Kathy?
I remember ecstasy, I do.
He was fucking around writing shit about them and blah, 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 burning his mouth. You don't fuck with somebody that we love, because we're all one family. Okay, you fuck with little Michelle, that's Missy Hyatt's niece. Missy and Hyatt and me go back for years since Missy was a teenager. Okay, when she first started in this business, okay, and she was dating Jason. I mean, we're going back many years ago, okay, and watching her niece grow up. Michelle's like my own little niece. I love Michelle to death, Miss Michelle. She's amazing. And actually, all the other girls, we love them. They're working with us. Those are our sisters. And this guy kept fucking doing shit. We hung his ass in the fucking middle of the ring at the Elks Lodge. We actually took a bull rope, dragged it across the fucking ring, and he thought it was part of the show. We fucking were actually hanging him. Me, the Rainmaker at the time, but he was going by something else, Matthew. I think it was the Rednecks from Hell and Ken Sweeney. We fucking hung this kid till his neck turned purple and he was bleeding, and then we let him go and we told him why. And we told him, you ever fucking do it again, we're gonna find you dead in a fucking box. You know, he was threatening women, but what happened was, with Frank, he fucked with Frank so much sometimes, kept fucking him over for money, writing shit about everybody, including Frank and Frank's family and shit like this. Frank had it. And he seen the fucking kid, and the kid's sitting there, shoving his face in, telling Frank for the people, the vendor people, that he's a worker, he gets his food for free. And he's getting free Frank for this. Okay? Frank, turned around, in the middle of a match, Frank came out with the fucking frankfurters from the Frankfurt weather, and he fucking pulled his
John, I have to interrupt.
Wait, no, this is the best part. He depants this son of a bitch with his little quarter-inch winky, and he started shoving the fucking hot dogs up the kid's asshole. Okay? You want to fuck with me? You want to stink at free food, claiming it on me and putting it on me and sitting there stuffing your face? You're a worker. You're nothing. Okay? You know, just go around and show him what to do with the frankfurters that he was eating and shove them up the kid's ass.
But I have to say, historically, that was a man who has the exact height, weight, and physical dimensions as Frank Goodman, known as the masked maniac who shoved frankfurters up Andy Darkfire's ass.
It was the masked maniac that did it. But I thought that shit was hysterical. You know, well, he worked for the USA Pro, but he was a nutcase, the masked maniac. He was great. There's a lot of things Frank has done, but it was not without reasoning. And, you know, if you disrespect the company, you disrespect the workers, you disrespect Frank or his family, he's gonna retaliate like any other man would. Do the right thing, be noble, honorable, show up on time, show up clean, straight, and sober, and prepared to work. He'll treat you like any other employee would treat you. Fair pay, fair worry, get your fame and glory, he'll give you your pushes, whether they be good or bad, as a heel or a face, you'll get your time. But you fuck around, you do stupid shit, you're going to get that. As any other promotion, you fuck around in this business, you piss off people, people are going to retaliate. That's the way of life.
Were you at the Amazura shows?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Were you there the night that the ticket seller battle royal went a little longer than it should have? And someone sent out Scott Steiner to take care of business.
I was not that night. I think I was in, but I came in, I did a small spot. I did something with the Rednecks, I believe, and we were building up that storyline with Mr. Big and everything, and I told Frank, look, I says, I'm only on part of the show. You know, is it okay if I have permission to leave? I had to go take care of some private business, nothing wrestling, just some private business on family. And Frank said, yeah, you don't have to say so. You did your part. You know, I got everything under control. I was like, okay. And I think at that point, either Loki or Homicide were doing Captain in the back. I think. I'm not sure. I don't remember because I wasn't there that much that night. I don't know who it was, but I think it was Key. I'm not sure. I think it was Key that was doing the Captain in the back on that, on talent, you know. But I think he had no idea what was going on with that battle royal. I mean, I heard about it. I heard Steiner cleaned house big time on a lot of people, you know. But, you know, everybody thought that's a great push, but no, it was a real shoot from what I understand. I wasn't there, though. I had left prior because I had some private family affairs to take care of. No, so I couldn't stay on it, so I don't know exactly what happened and who happened. Maybe they were taking time away from Scotty's fucking match, okay, fucking it up, and, you know, you don't do that, you know. You don't sit there and glory hound. You do your job, get in, get out, and that's it. You know, do the match. Everybody has their role, like I said before. Everybody has a role in this business. Do it, get it done, get the job done, entertain, get out.
It's kind of a no-brainer that we're going to bring up No Gimmicks Needed Chris Candido. My favorite wrestler of all time. Rest in peace.
Hard one. Very hard one, Nick. Chris was the consummate professional at everything. Never got the credit he deserved, but he was amazing. Good friend, very dear, one of my most dear friends in this business. Taught me a lot. Taught me a lot of ring psychology, a lot of moves. Taught me a lot of different things, and we went a lot of places together. I managed him, I worked with him. I won my first NWA title with him. Managed him to the first NWA world title, me and him. Very dear to me. So it's a touchy subject, but okay. Chris, whenever Chris came into a locker room, or into a restaurant, or a wherever we were, all of a sudden the room would light up. Because he was just always doing something stupid, you know, just being funny, you know. He'd make you feel good about yourself. And even if, like, a rookie or somebody came up to him, he would always give advice. And, you know, if they asked him, if you ask him, excuse me, you know, like, I wouldn't because he was Chris to me. But for your own rookie, he would say, would you take notice of my match and watch my match? Do you know he would stop what he was doing in the back, and he'd stand by the curtain, and peek and he'd watch that match. Didn't matter who you were. And if he seen something, he'd critique it and tell you what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right. And he was always willing to teach. And willing to actually really go out there and give his heart to somebody and teach them. What they did with it, that was on them. But he would tell them, this is honestly what I feel you should be doing and what you should not be doing and how you would work things. And he did that with a couple of people. One person didn't listen to him, and the guy had a shitty match, and he turned around and cursed the guy out. He says, I told you what to do. This is your own fault. You didn't do what I told you to do. And it didn't work, and you flopped. He told me, you're a big man, big wrestler, you come from a good family heritage, names in the business. He goes, you fucked up. He goes, there's nothing I can do about it. You know, I told you what to do and how to carry that match, and you didn't do it. But Chris was really good. Always full of fun, good heart. Gave me the privilege and the honor of wearing my first major title with him. To give me that push, and we used to do things and go places. And we won that NWA title. It was a 3-year dance. I think it was me, Balls, him. I forget who else. I can't remember. I think it was a Flesh Eater. I'm not sure. And I remember the third party. It was a 3-way dance, and that was hysterical. But I thought I was ready, and I was. And, I didn't know I was, but I was. That was like the most magical night. And I remember we win the title, holding it up, and you always told me, ad-lib, go with the flow. Go with it, get a laugh, have a good time, enjoy it. And we're holding up the NWA title. This is my first major title. I mean, I've won all the titles and done tag teams for different companies. This was the NWA. And we're holding it up, hand in hand, the belt. All of a sudden, he fucking falls down. I'm like, what the fuck? And he looks at me, and I knew what he was doing. He was making like he was physically exhausted, passed out. So I jump up, and I'm like, okay, Chris. And he just mouth. What? Mouth. Okay. Gave him a mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Not knowing what it was going to be like. Everybody started screaming, homos. I give him mouth-to-mouth. He makes somebody push me off, and I push him back, and like, and we go back to holding up the title, you know. And it was just a good, funny moment. And it looked appropriate at the point that he had passed out from the match. There was the ring science of it, and to get a good chuckle out of the fans and make them happy. We had a lot of good times, Chris. You taught me many things. We did many matches together. I'd say he took me under his wing, but yet he was also my friend. Helped me, knew me when I was fighting my demons, and I helped him when he was fighting his. Good man, good person. And before he passed, he was being looked at again, and he was so excited about that. I was very happy about going to Vince Land again, and he was going to get his recognition. I think if he didn't pass away, I think he could have really gone far. And with his second or third tour with Vince, I think he would have really done very well. Raw talent, charisma, personality, had everything, the whole package. When he died, I was doing an interview on the New Yorkers, and my phone's blowing up. Shit went on. It's my big interview I'm doing for a big show. I booked, and I couldn't go with him that weekend. And he asked me to. I said, well, I got so many other obligations, and I was like, okay, he'll be okay, and I'll do what I gotta do. I'll promote the upcoming show, because I was doing the booking, and I was doing other companies and conventions, and I was preparing the line for me and him to go touring with the world title. Do conventions. And we were so proud of that they gave us the opportunity to win that, and they gave me the opportunity to carry the ball with that. And it was, it was a working effort. Balls, him, I think the other one, the referee. It was like the company. Everybody gave me that opportunity, and that was a big, huge moment for me. And I were getting ready to do conventions and do other shows, and okay, so I'm going to do what I got to do. You're in New York, and you do what you got to do. And he was telling me about this octagon match, the first time being televised. I was like, Chris, I don't know. It don't sound like, I got this, Diamond. All right. And it was nothing but a steel cage octagon. And they had, first time ever, they had these big-ass thick wires, cable in the ring when the guys are working, these TV wires. And so you can get it, and he got all caught up on it and busted his ankle. And we got all worried about it, and okay, he's fine, they repaired. He limped out of the match. He walked away from that, and it was painful. Busted up his whole ankle. They fixed everything, and unfortunately, he took the flight back home too early. And he got back home, and he did another, I think it was an interview or something for Tina, that company, and I was doing the interview for mine. I got the phone call, and I had like 30 to 40, 50 phone calls during the whole interview. I turned my phone off because I'm not doing a live interview on television. And I get outside, and first one I hear is balls. And he's like, Diamond, pick up, call me. It's leadership. I'm like, what? He told me Chris passed away. Chris is gone, was his words. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Chris who? Wow. It was Chris. He's gone, Diamond. I'm like, what? It was Chris Cadillo's gone. I was like, what? No. I sat there in tears. I was like, you better be fucking telling me the truth, man. Yeah, so I got myself together, and I made up the phone calls and said, you're not ragging me, right? You're not ribbing me, right? He's like, no, there's no ribbing. I never rib about this. That was my brother, like you are. And with that, I got on the phone to Johnny, Frank, and all the other people. I returned all those phone calls, and it was true. I went back up to that interview because we stopped for a break and intermission. I went down for a smoke, and when I went up to that interview, I continued it as a professional as I was taught. My heart was in it, man. I don't know if it showed on the TV. I think it did, but I was shocked. I got out of there as fast as possible. I didn't care about the money. I didn't care about the payment. I said, just mail it to me, whatever. Called up a private car, private limo came and got me. Brought me home, hysterical the whole fucking way. I called my mother up, my father up. My mother was like, Johnny, calm down. I just couldn't believe it. Got home, I made some more phone calls, talked to a couple of people, and he was gone. And, I didn't care how I had to do it, what I had to do, who I had to do it. I was going to get to him. And the way he passed away, that wasn't meant for Chris, man. And people knock up on Tammy. All right, that was between him and Tammy. It was between him and Tammy. He still loves them, and you still got to respect him for that, and respect her for that. She did what she did, and that was it. If he accepted it, you got to accept it because you love Chris. But from what I was told was that he was sitting down at dinner, and she called him in. And next thing you know, she put the food down. I think it was spaghetti meatballs. I forget what it was. And she turned around and to go get hers, whatever. And he turns around, and his face is in a dish. Typical Chris pranking, But it wasn't a prank this time. The blood clot shot from his ankle, right to his body, to his fucking head, and killed him. That's not a way to go, man. And she thought he was joking. Chris, get up. And he was dead. And I could just imagine the horror of seeing that. You know, whatever they did, she loved him in her own way, and he loved her. You know, things in life happen, but that shouldn't have happened. He had so much to give to the world. And I went to that funeral. It was the hardest thing I ever had to do. I sat there with the Cadito family. I was sitting second row. They made me, because I was like family, they said, Johnny, you sit up here. I sat down. It was the hardest thing I ever do. And I did something at that funeral. I asked permission that I wanted a piece of me to go with Chris. And it was okay by the brother and the family. I took my clean time, a silver coin, my first year. And people don't notice, but I turned around, I put it in the coffin, into the silk, onto the side. It was my brother. And I miss him to this day. And I put my first year clean coin, because he was clean. He did what he had to do, and he was on his way back. When that hurt me, that was one of the biggest hits of my life. Besides my mother, that, a couple others that hurt hard too, but that, and then 2 others, 3 others hurt really bad. That was a huge hurt. That was my blood brother, my family. And I remember him bringing Johnny Boy around, his brother, and Frank, well, we'll give him a chance, you know. You've been working him, you training him. And Chris did with everybody. He trained and worked with him. It was his brother, and he worked with him. And I remember Frank, we'll give him a chance, you know, what the hell. And Johnny worked out. He was nervous as all shit that opening night. And we went out there, and I worked with Johnny, and Chris worked with Johnny. It was magical. Johnny was talent. He's Chris. All over again. Look at Chris, his ways, the actions, the moves. That's Johnny. Johnny does that, and he carries that on his heart. And after Chris passed, the family got really uptight. They didn't want to lose another son to the business. And Johnny still does it off and on. He does what he does. And I've talked with Johnny. I have to talk to Johnny. We've talked about a couple of things that are coming up that I'm not at liberty to speak about. There's something in the works. I can't talk about it until it's done. Well, I'll tell you, going for months, I walked into a show in Connecticut at CCW, and I was asked to come in and view a couple of kids. And I think it was, a couple of the guys were there. And this young rookie comes out, and he comes out to himself, sitting there with the promoter, and I'm watching the viewing. He says, watch the kids, see what you think. I said, alright. He goes, if they're any good, you know, maybe we can use them in other states and other sheds. I said, alright, we'll see, you know. Because one kid came out, and he came out the back in black. I sat there like this. The balls, the audacity. We just lost Chris. And this fucking kid's coming out to his music. Our music that we did. That was disrespectful. And I looked at him, I said, John, and I said, shut the fuck up. Went back outstairs, back downstairs. I turned around, I was going nuts. I'm gonna fucking kill this kid disrespecting Chris like that. No. I turned around and said, you know what? I just ran out with a pair of jeans and a jersey on with a couple of guys. I said, fucking take him. Take this kid out of the fucking ring. Get him out now. Promoter looked at me like I was crazy. I said, take him the fuck out of the ring. You don't belong there. That was purely disrespectful, miss. You don't belong in that ring. And all the guys there, they all knew that was a disrespect. And they got him out of the ring. Got him at the back, and I'm screaming, "This match is canceled, blah, blah, blah. You know, such and such." And the promoters let me do what I gotta do, because he knows I'm right. I'm not gonna hurt the kid, but I'm pissed. I got the kid down and said, "What are you doing that for, man? Who are you? Blah, blah, blah." Who am I? I'm the man who traveled with this man. I'm the man who did shows with this man. I'm the one that captured titles with this man. I'm the man that we went show to show to show together. And you dare disrespect him? Well, who are you talking about? I said, "Don't you fucking know who Chris Candido was?" "Who's Chris Candido?" "What? You're a rookie and you're coming into our business and somebody just passed and you don't know who one of the biggest names in the business is? What the hell is fucking wrong with you?" I said, "Dude," as I explained to him, and I said, I was hot-tempered. I said, "You can't use that ever again." I said, "Because now that is like used for Johnny or me coming out with Johnny, or a tribute to Chris, because we were doing all different tributes to Chris. Tammy was doing, I was doing, Frank was doing. We were all doing tributes to Chris to raise money for the family and helping everything. And this kid's, who's Chris Candido? Are you an asshole?" You know, I never heard from that kid again. In any fed, anywhere. You know, he buried himself that night. That hurt. And I'm like, wow. Yeah, I went through feelings on that, but that's okay, you know. I miss Chris to this day. I wish he's still with me, and he gave me something that every match, it goes with me and stays in my pocket or in my bag or whatever it is. I keep that certain little thing that he gave me, and I keep that. I remember him, and even if I don't have it, he's always in my heart. He'll always be there. Great guy, man, an amazing man. One of my best friends in this whole business. I mean, I have a lot of friends. That's a friend. That was a brother, you know. For him to fall that way, after he fought all the way to come back from what he did, and he did it, you know. Always taught everybody, always made everybody happy. And I think he would be really proud right now, knowing that I'm being honored enough to do his shooting interview. To be myself, to be honest, and talk about this, and be real. And be real with you, be real with the fans, be real with the people, of how it is. And he would want nothing but that. He'd only want that. Just keep it real and go out there and keep hammering away, you know? Yeah. I miss Chris a lot. I love him.
Now, John, I understand that you also have a protege in the sport of professional wrestling by the name of Gigolo Joe Jones. Tell us a little about him.
Gigolo Joe. And going to a lot of shows. Was a big fan. Wanted to get into the business. He approached a couple of people. People tried to take advantage of him, of his sweetness, of his kindness, and his love of his business. He'd come to me to show. In a convention, actually. He came up to me like a gentleman and said, "Look, I love the industry, I love you, I love the business. I want to learn about this business." And he came at me like a person, like a man. All right, we'll see what you got, you know. Got to talk to him. And, a little neurotic, but became a very good friend. And I said, "You did a lot of love." I said, "Okay, we're going to set you through training." And started having them go to different federations, one federation in particular.
Do you mind mentioning that one?
That was Gino Moore and Dapper's company, company that they were running, or Dapper was running, or Gino was
National
running.
Wrestling Superstars.
Yes, and they said, "Well, you see talent there?" I said, "Yeah." "I see it. I see a passion there." I said, "Let's see what he got." He said, "Well," I said, "I've been working with him." I said, "So I take all responsibility for him." He says, "Plus, getting, on with my heart and everything. We need some new blood, you know." And we did a lot of gimmicks together. I taught things how to be a heel, how to do face. He worked better with heel. At that time, they wanted me to be face and carrying the ball. I said, "Okay." So I was carrying the ball for them. I said, "Well, I need a heel to bounce off." I said, "How about this guy? I think I could teach him." And I taught him. the wrestlers worked with him, and now he's doing very good. He's been in business a couple of years. He paid his dues. He did what he had to do. Ring setups, traveling back and forth. He does mini matches, 3-4 matches sometimes in a night. Works the main events. Does other matches. Always giving to his business, and he has a love for it. And he went to schooling for it. They trained him out there with one of their schools. So he did put into it. He takes the time, he listens, he learns, and he's spread his wings, and he flies on his own. He's very good at it, but he never forgets where he comes from and who helped him, and the people that helped him, Snooker, me, the fucking Demolition, Hacksaw. These are all people that took it, that he was learning under me. We're going to work with him. And as long as he listened and learned, and he learned well, and he makes mistakes and he goes over, critiques it, and he's got a quick tongue. He's very good, very quick with the quips, and knows what to say, where to say. He's got a natural for this business. He's dying for me to make this comeback. He's really excited about it. He wants to work with me again, do the heel versus heel, face, and work with me, and okay, it comes around. I want him to spread out, and he's done so many. He does people nothing but compliments about the kid. Very respectful, knows the ring backwards and forwards, knows the ring etiquette, knows how to do the business, enjoys the business, and gives to it. And people have gotten respect for him because of the way he carries himself. He's what we call in this business is something called you are a bloodline. When you're bloodlined, that means that somebody took the time to bring you in and guide you. I have my bloodlines. I'm his bloodline because I brought him in. And his bloodline runs through my bloodline of the people that brought me in, took me in. So he respects that. He has respect for fans, and he loves the fans, he loves the people, whether he's playing heel or face. And he's doing very good for himself. He's working with a couple of companies out in Jersey now, I think. And he's done like a little stuff down south, with guidance. Always respectful. Nice man. Good friend. Very good friend, like a little brother to me. And learned well, and takes the trade and the magic and the gift of this business to his heart. And you can, like I was telling somebody before on the crew here, you can do it, go through the motions physically, but to actually take the good with the bad and know that you're going to have to work, and you're going to have to persevere, and you have to take all the shit of the business. You got to take the good and the bad. There are going to be times that you're not going to get work. There are going to be times you make mistakes. There are going to be times that you share the good times, that you shine. But sometimes you don't shine, and you're not going to be the flavor of the month. And you got to have a real deep love for this business to get what you put into it is what you get back. And it does come around. What goes around comes around. And the kid puts his heart and soul into this, and I'm proud of him. I'm very proud of him. Good worker, and he's done well with himself. And every time he makes a move, though, he'll call me, Johnny, what do you think I should do? Oh, okay, I think this, and this. I know this and this and this. I know what's right. I know what's wrong. I know this promotion's no good, or I hear bad things about this with these people. Don't know how to work with them. Just things. I guide him, and he comes up with a lot of good ideas himself, and he loves the old school wrestler. Good person, very wholesome. Has a great love for this business, and many people don't. And he perseveres. Even when he was getting shitted on, he still persevered to be the best he could be and earn that respect, and he did from the fans, from the workers, from the promoters. He earned his respect. And I give him his kudos to that. It takes a lot. I know how it is. It takes a lot to persevere in this business. You got to keep going. The door slams in your face. You keep going to the next one. You go to the next door. You keep going and going. And eventually, you're going to hit your niche. and you're going to do good. And he does very good for himself. I'm very proud of him. He's a good kid. Yeah.
Okay, John, there are a lot of folks out there who don't know that you've done a lot more than just been performer. And I'd like for you to tell us a little about your role at Total Mayhem.
Basically, Total Mayhem, I had been with the company from the get-go. When I first got in, I was a worker. I made friends with the promoter. And we worked together. He's a Gemini just like me, and he's a good guy. And over the years, he's seen that we'd do things together. I'd help promote his company while I was promoting him, promoting me, and making things. And finally, I used to come up with ideas. He goes, Johnny, he goes, you're the only one I could trust. He goes, well, you want to be a promoter? He goes, you want to be the booker? I was like, what? Ah, come on, I never did that before. He goes, no, but you know the business. I was like, oh yeah, I'll take my shot. I can't guarantee anything. And I became the sole booker of everything and everybody. I mean, everything was heaped upon me as being the booker, the lead bad guy, the lead villain. But you know what? As that, you gotta make the other people that are working for you shit better than you. You know, it's not all about you. It's about them. You want the show to take off as a whole. And I have to sit back sometimes and let somebody else be the lead bad guy while I sat back and play a little role, but I'm watching everything else. You know, let somebody else shine. It's about everybody shining. And I always was taught by that when a worker comes in, established currency, the guy's good, established, you know what he's going to do, perform. Greenhorns, rookies, sometimes they like to play games. They don't get it. But when a real performer comes in, a real person, it's a regular worker that knows his shit, you know what? You walk in, there's the envelope. Perform. None of this waiting to the end. No, here's your money. Perform. Give me what you promised me. And I did that with everybody. And the Greenhorns, they would get paid at night. Greenhorns, the rookie, I would pay them at the end of the night. And they would get their certain fee. No matter what, everybody got paid. Doesn't matter who you are. If you're a ref, if you are a valet, if you're a greenhorn, or you're a legend, or you're an up-and-comer, or you're a world champion or not, everybody got paid. Always made sure of that. Made a lot of money for the company. I mean, the promoter, he had some connections too, a lot of connections, as well as I did. We put our ideas together. We both pulled in these people. And we said, okay, this is how the storylines are going to go. And I'd run that. I'd do it all booking. I'd take care of all the hotels, take care of the ring, take care of the vendors, take care of the everything. You know, music production, who's going to be refereeing, who's going to be producing the music, how it's going to be this. Okay, we're working with this charity foundation, we're working with that one, whatever it is. Everything had to go through me. And the promoter, you know. But he left me basically with everything because he trusted me and he knew we could make money. And we did. And we done it right. And things just happened. And I was with them for a couple of years and doing the bookings. And it was very fruitful. Became a drift where people get jealous. They don't like the idea. You know, they don't like being told this way it's going to work. And they try to uprise and like I can't work with somebody if they're gonna fight. You wanna fight, you wanna argue, go home and do it. You're coming into the ring, coming into the show, back room, coming to do a job. Just do the job. Don't question it. Don't ask it. We have our reasons why we're booking it this way, why we want that match to fly. Good guys. Well, I don't want to lose the title tonight. Well, you're going to lose the title. And if they didn't want to try to do it, I'd make sure that it got done anyway. They're going to lose that title one way or another. If I have to have somebody go out there and shoot on them for real, you're going to lose that title if you're told, lose that title. I don't want to hear that you don't want to. No, that's not the way it goes. It's a weed thing, not a meat thing. And I just didn't want to deal with all the headaches. I told them, I said, look, this has got to go, this has got to go, this has got to go. You know what? I'm not doing this no more. I can't We made good money. We made a run. We're still friends. I still love you. I can't do it no more after a couple of years, and constantly arguing and getting headaches, and Dad was sick, and I just couldn't do it no more, you know. And the headaches and the stress it was putting on me. But you know what? When we're making huge money amounts that a lot of people couldn't even fathom of making off a show. You know, you're making a show that was from ragtag guys, and guys that just got up and coming, and like myself, I was up and coming or whatever, and you're taking it and you're building it, and you're building a show, and you're trying to make it everything work, and then it does work, and it clicks, and you get the right storylines, the right energy between everybody. You know, I was booking everybody from Francine to Balls to Sandman to Chris to Crubba, to this one to that one, to DeVito's, you name it. They were booking with me. And they knew when you come in, you got paid. Do your job. Do what you do best. Go out there, entertain. And they did. Then you get these young guys that they want to, well, I'm there, but you're not Rob Van Dam. You're not Francine. You ain't Chris Candido. You ain't Nikolai Volkov. You ain't Paul Orndorff. You're a kid that's in the business 2 months. Earn your stripes. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't want to hear all that. No, I wouldn't tolerate that. That's disrespectful to the people who have paved the way for me and other people too in this business. So that's why they got paid before you did. You were getting paid at the end of the night. You're a greenhorn. You know, the greenhorns would say, okay, it's going to be between $20 and $30 a shot. That's what it is. You know, I can't say it's going to be 25 or 30 because it depends on what happens at the door. You know, so they're going to guarantee 20, maybe 30. Okay, it depends on the door, but everybody was guaranteed to make $1. You know what I'm saying? And that they're also learning and having the privilege of learning from somebody that's been in the business, like Paul Waldorf or Nikolai Volkov or Nine Sheik or Tammy Sitch or Chris Candido or Thunderbolt or anybody. You have the privilege of learning from them and working with them and getting experience right there. You know what? Back when I was a kid, when I was coming in, the $20, fuck you, I don't want the $20. I want that experience. I want to learn. I want to shine. I want to learn from the best. $20 was nice, but you know, there are times we busted our ass. We got nothing for pay, but we had the right to go out there and learn our stripes and learn our craft. And I just, you know, the way of wrestling has gone different today. Every kid that can sell 50 or 100 tickets is a superstar. Meanwhile, kid's taking his life in his hands. Could be wind up dead. You know, you don't know what you're doing in that ring. You get that through your head. And like that, and it can happen. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. That's why I won't work with people if I don't know you, or I don't know your craft, and I don't know how you work. I haven't worked with you before. You're a greenhorn, I ain't going to get in that ring with you. Because I don't know what you're capable of doing or screwing up. I'd rather work with somebody I know that has enough training, proper schooling, has a license. Not some kid who's been backyard wrestling in some fucking backyard on a fucking mattress. You ain't no superstar to me. You ain't got no training. You know, I want to work with somebody. I'm going to put my life in your hands. I want to make sure I'm going to be safe. That's why I won't work with a lot of young greens. There are a few that I have worked with, and they listened, and they got groomed, and they're doing well in the business. A couple of guys, young kids, they're good, you know, and they learn, like Gigolo Jones, or like the Bergen Brawler. These guys have listened, and they learned. Okay, and they learned their craft. And they did it, and they paid their dues, and they're still paying their dues, like everybody else does. You got a kid that thinks, I sell 50 tickets, I'm going to be a main eventer. Fuck you. I don't care what you do. You don't deserve that title.
So what advice would you give a novice indie wrestler on how to carry himself in the shark tank that is the indie scene?
One, learn backroom etiquette. That's very important. Proper backroom etiquette. That's got to be taught. It's not taught enough. Two, what I always say, and I'll say to the day I die, listening is an art form. Listen to learn to listen. Watch. Carry your craft with pride. Don't let it get to your head. That minute of fame can be taken away within a second. For that 1 minute, it can be taken away. Show respect. You come into the locker room, or somebody else comes into the locker room. You go up and you shake your hand. And you say, "Hi, my name is John." I don't care who you are. You introduce yourself. Whether you're walking in or you see somebody walking, you walk up to them and introduce yourself. Show respect. Know who you're working with. Learn something, because everything can be always learned. You can always learn something from everybody. Show proper respect. When it comes to legends and people that are in the business, as you want to call them legends, I call them workers. Show respect of the paths that they've paved for us. I don't care if you think they're the it all in, Hulk Hogan, whatever you want to think they are, or who they are. You show that respect and you come up there. You are a worker just like them. You lace up your boots the same way. You put on your tights the same way. You bleed the same way. You breathe the same way. You eat the same way. You come in, you say, "Hi, my name is." And if you see somebody of stature walk in, you walk up to them, say, even if they're just a rookie just like you, "Hi, my name is, glad to meet you. Hope to work with you soon. If not tonight, maybe I can learn something for you." Respect your fans at all times. Respect your craft. Don't disrespect yourself. Don't disrespect this business. Don't come in and tell me that you're a referee and you haven't had a day's training. I've had that happen too. And I threw the fucking guy out of the arena. Under my watch. I was the booker, and he caused somebody to get hurt, and I walked up and I said, "Oh, I'm a referee, I'm trained by so-and-so." "Really? You are? That's fucking nice. You're trained by him? Armstrong? Really? Bobby, did you train this kid?" "No, I know him. He's a fan, we let him, do the..." "What? So you didn't train him?" "Thank you, Bobby. Get the fuck out of my ring. You almost cost a man his life. Get out of the arena. You're not paying. I don't care where the fucking state you come from, how you got there. I don't want to know about it. You almost cost a man his life by falsifying credentials. Putting on that referee shirt. Because you know what? That referee shirt means something. You are a tool. You are part of that show. Okay? You're calling safety zones. You're calling protection zones. You're watching the fans. You're watching the guys you're working with. You are part of that play. You are part of that comic book. You are part of that. Don't tell me you're a fucking referee and you're not. You haven't trained one and use somebody else's name. How fucking dare you? I threw that motherfucker out. I embarrassed him in front of the whole arena. I didn't give a fuck. "Oh, damn, you're going..." No, I'm not going too much. I'm not going too over. This guy don't belong in my fucking ring. He don't belong in my fucking house. I'm the booker here. He falsified himself to the promoter. And I took it as the promoter's word. And you know what? This guy was fake. And he almost cost a man his life. I seen 3 broken ribs that night because of this kid. Get the fuck out. And I made him fucking leave with no money in his pocket. I don't give a fuck how he got back home. I didn't give a shit if he hitchhiked. I didn't care if he had to suck his way all the way back to fucking Virginia. Go suck dick on the fucking highway like a fag. You don't belong in my business. You're an animal. You almost cost a man his life. And I may not like the guy that is hurt, or I may like him. It doesn't matter. It's one of my men in the ring. That's part. You don't do that. Everybody, "Oh, you're getting too crazy, Diamond." It's too crazy. The guy's going to the hospital. How much more? What do you want me to do? You want me to kiss him and go, "Good boy"? No, I'm going to beat you over the fucking head with a bat. Because you cost a man. You put that man's life in hands. That man has a family. That man has kids. That man has a wife, a girlfriend, a mother, a father. And you cost that man his life. You might have just injured him now that he can't go to his regular job. or earn money. What do you think about that? Because you wanted to be in my business and you falsified documentation, you don't belong in that business. And believe me, when that boy did get home 3 days later, and he found his way home hitchhiking, the promoter that he said trained him found him and slapped the fucking shit out of this kid. The kid never got in the business again because he used that promoter's name. Wow, that's some balls. So yeah, be what you are, know what you're doing, be safe, respect your fans, respect your promotion, do the right thing. Don't be dirty about it. It'll come to you down the line. If it's meant to come, it'll come. I'm sorry, I get crazy about that when somebody gonna get hurt, you know, because we're a brotherhood, we're a family. Whether I like you or not, I respect the craft enough to put my personal feelings aside to work with you, because we are part of the same craft, the same brotherhood. Whether you're male, female, old, young, whatever. I'll show you that respect. When you break that, when you do something stupid like that, you don't belong in this. You don't belong in this business. You haven't put your time in. You're a liar, piece of shit, because you want to be a glory hound. That don't work. That's my outlook on everything for these new kids. Respect, respect, respect.
And speaking of respect and tradition, what are your views on the state of professional wrestling today?
Well, I've watched here or there. I feel that with the overlord WWE, they've eaten up all the competition. Vince shot himself in the fucking foot. There is no more competition. Who competes really against him, TNA? And that's not even a competition.
Not really at all.
That's not even a competition. And though TNA is a worthy company and makes a good stand on it, has good names, good people there, it's not the financial giant that the WWE is. WWE can buy and sell you. They buy and sell people and companies like it's fucking trading chips cards. And they have that right. They can do that. That's everybody's right. God-given right. Do what you can do to make a living. A lot of the boys I know won't work for Vince because he wants you to sell your soul. Wants to buy your name, your history. He wants you to do things that you wouldn't normally do. And I don't bend. You know. Right now, I think we're in a lull. I actually wish there was federations that would open up that would be actual territorial, go back to the old days of being territories, and not have to worry about being bought up by a conglomerate. The giant comes to town, okay, so you don't run against them. Don't be stupid, you're going to get creamed, because Vince can buy everybody he wants. Don't run against him the same fucking night he's doing a show in your arena, a big arena, and you're going to do a little show at a VFW or a small Arsenal or whatever. Or, you know, how stupid can you be? You don't run against somebody like that. You know, let them come in, do their thing, and then you can run the next weekend or the next night or the night before. You don't run against the same monster every night. You know, on the same night he's running because you're going to lose. And I think that in the territories, if we're working here on the East and the South, West is working South, maybe sometimes these territories should get together and say, okay, let's switch up guys like we used to. You know, some guys would come in from the South and come down and work out here. Some guys would come down from the East Coast, the West Coast, and work here. We'd ship our guys out to their territory, and we'd change it up. That's how it used to go.
Like the NWA.
Right, and that is where the business picked up. Everybody got to see everybody across the country, and everybody got their turn. And if you worked out for a couple months, you stay there. You're making money. But as it starts to get to be a dry hag, and you got to beat it with a fucking whip. Time to move on, get some new fresh guy in there to say, maybe you didn't have the guy from the West or the East Well, let's bring him in. Okay, we'll try somebody new and let the guy from the south go down to the east where he wasn't seen before. You know what I'm saying? So that would be really good, going back to the territorial idea. As long as Vince didn't go after it and try to bury it, because that's going to give you, you're going to get your new characters, your new people that are going to be coming up, your up and comers. Or even some you get the legends, you get the older guys that are too old to work in WWE, because you have to be pinpoint precision, that type of schedule, almost 360 days a year or something like that they do. A guy that's can't go 300 some odd days a year, old timer, maybe he can come down to that territory and teach the young guys, and even get his name out there, the stardom name, and be useful, you know. So this way he teaches the young guys and still gives the old guys something to do, and get out there and still be useful, and still everybody has their part. And it would give people the ability to be seen across the country and get a wider viewing populace. Okay, and get seen by more fans and more people and watch the talent grow. That would be ideal. That would be ideal. I think that everything's too right now plain cut and dry. You can call it when you watch Raw, SmackDown, shitty pay-per-views that you can call what's going to happen. When you can call what's going to happen, it gets boring. So you want you want fresh shit, you know, fresh ideas. There's unfortunately the people that are trying to do it, they're getting stomped down by the monster. The monster's not letting them grow, and it's going to kill off this business. And it's going to go back to the old ways eventually, because the old ways work. You know, that's how I feel about this whole business, how it's come out. You know, still good, built on good ideals, and, you know, love for it.
Okay, John, what were some of your, I'll say, favorite promotions to work for when you weren't working in your home promotion or the ones that you were booking?
3PW, I loved working with Jasmine and Blue Meanie. Loved working with them. Always a joy. Always took care of their workers. Hotels, food, you know, bills, everything was taken care of. They treated worker like a worker. They come from the old school of the ECW, like I said. I liked working with Connecticut Championship. I enjoyed that. I loved the NWA. That was amazing. I really had a good opportunity there with Chris. All the workers too, to learn and get to learn from other people and watch. And we got new gimmicks and picked up things. I liked playing at the Dog Pound. That was a home turf, you know. I'd go down there once in a while and, you know, maybe I'd just sit in the audience and watch, or maybe I'd jump out and do a little work with Bobby, you know. Enjoyed that. UWA was good. I worked with them for a little bit. I worked with a couple of companies. There's a few. I enjoyed working for ECPW at one time until things got too political. I'm not about the politics and about jealousy. I'm about making a show work and making it work. It's not about me, it's about the show. And some people think it's about them, and it's not. That was enjoyable to X point. I worked with NYCBM. That was fun. Very good time. I think it was Greg Stengel that ran that at one time. That was fun. Greg always treated everybody with respect and good time. Most of the companies I've worked with, I've always had a good time with and been treated properly because I come at them properly. I was brought in a different way with respect, and I give it to the point where you don't give it, then I'm going to give it back to you. You know what I'm saying? But I come in with respect, and I give respect, and in order to get respect, you got to give respect. So any company I've worked with closely, I also enjoyed, I forget the name of the company, my buddies ran it, the Backseat Boys, Trent Acid and...
It was Pro Wrestling Unplugged.
Yeah, I loved working with them. They gave me free carte blanche, man. Have a good time. Just don't go over the barricades. You know, don't go over the barricades? Okay, Johnny, if you say so. I'd go over to Frank, the commissioner. Frank, we got a match and we're going over the barricades. Is it okay with you? Who are you working with? Well, I'm working with this one, this one, this one. Okay, I know you guys are seasoned vets. No problem. Take it easy. Don't hurt the fans. Stay out of the way. Go over the barricades. We'd go over the barricades. Johnny would have a fucking heart attack. What are you guys doing? He screamed. But the match went on. One time, we turned around. And we took, I think it was Johnny. And we took Johnny and we threw him through the fucking table, the cashier table where his mom was sitting. It was one of the first events. She was counting a little money box. She grabbed the money box and let Johnny go right through the fucking table. It was part of the show. And she sat there, she laughed her ass off. She goes, my son just got thrown through a table, but she knew it was part of the show. And we wanted the fans to see we were the bad boys. Johnny's the good guy.
You mean Johnny Cashmere?
Yeah, he's the good guy. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the worst thing that we possibly can. We're going to torture him. We're going to beat the hell out of him on a surprise and then throw him through a table in front of his mother and the fans. And you know what? Put him over, the big sympathy card. The fans, all the good guys, they loved it. They're like booing us, hating us, and they're loving him. I mean, and we're doing our job. We're making that storyline work. And this is only the first couple of shows that he was doing. And you had to make a statement like, we're here. The bad boys are here, now what? And, he played along with it. And then after a while, he's just like, okay, if Frank the commissioner says you guys can go, you guys can go. Let's just do what you want to do. I remember Johnny and Trent, when they started out as the Backseat Boys over at NAWA with Tony Capone. I loved working with Tony. Tony was amazing. Another one that I did some booking with and helped run the shows, and I learned a lot from him and Frank that taught me how to do things and how to do things the right way. And Frank and him kicked me up on that knowledge, and I take that with me. And everybody I work with, I learn something from it. Let me tell you, watching them, and Tony sat there, he says, John, we're sitting there, it's me and him, Bill, what's his name? The guy with blonde hair, who's that Jersey, Bill Champion. It's in there. What do you think of these kids? I watched. They were amazing. When they first came out, they were cool, slick, tight, good, clean moves. Sorry that we lost Trent. That hurt me deeply too. But he made his own path, and I loved him. But he made his own path, and you can't change that. But I have all the memories that we had, all the pictures that we used to take, all hanging out, going to the diners, having good times, and talking about matches. I was introduced to them through Tony and Bill Champion. They said, what do you think of them? And then, you know what? They're fresh, they're raw, they got good shit. You know how to hit. The girls love them, the guys love them, they got good moves, they're amazing. As a matter of fact, I think Amazing Red was with them at that point too, when he was first started coming out.
Here's another one actually from the USA Pro Days. I wouldn't mind asking you your thoughts on.
Pure talent. Pure talent, the kid. Amazing. Amazing. He is what he says. Amazing Red. He's that good. He's very good. There's no truth. There's nothing bad to say about him. Always worked with her. Always very friendly and easy to work with. Smooth, flowing, made the match work. Everything was magical with him. Good talent. I remember when it first came out, I think it was with the Backseat Boys, if I'm correct. And it was for NWA, and it was part of a group. And Johnny and Trent, and I think it was him and two other guys. They made this group up, and they were all good. And they worked as a group, like a clique. 4 cliques were cool in wrestling. Like before the DX and all that. And they came out like that cliquey type thing, and they just had magic about them. I said, you know what, these kids are good. And they came in, they brought their portfolios like you used to. You go to a company, you bring your videotape, you bring a portfolio, your record of who you worked with, where you worked, who you trained. You show video of your matches that you have under the belt in training and out of training, in gimmick and out of gimmick. You come in with your gimmick clean, pressed, ready to go. Come like a gentleman, like you're doing for any other job interview. Today, that's out the door. I believe you do that. As a booker and somebody who ran shows, if you didn't come to me like that, you ain't getting on. I let the promoter go for people, and I see what I got for it. I said never again. And I meant it. I want portfolio. I want reputation. I want who you worked with, and can I document it? And if I can't document it, show me what it is and what you want, and then I'll decide if I can hire you. They did that, and Frank viewed it, and you know what? A month later or 2 months later, they were booked. And they were a smash. And it was at the Elks Lodge. Who helped them get the foot in the door. Good kids. Johnny, when he opened up, the first person he came to me, Johnny, will you be in our show? Bet your ass I will. I love those kids. It's unfortunate we lost Trent. I had many good matches with him, many very good times. And I wish that he didn't get involved in the shit he did. How can you stop it? How can you stop the rain from falling? You can't. It's all business. It's whether you go to the right or you go to the left. It's like that old Robert Frost poem, The Road Not Taken. He took that road. He made it. There's nothing you could do about it. You could try to intervene, you could do it, but the guy did what he do. And he did his time, and did what he had to do. He got out of jail, he came back, and it was too much. And we lost him. I'd give anything to pull that moment back that we could have stopped him. You know? Trent's a good kid. But yeah, so that's about it, with that. But they were good guys. A lot of good people out there in this business. Unfortunately, sometimes this business ravages your body, ravages your mind, ravages your heart and soul. And you let things get to you. You can't do that. Just gotta persevere.
Okay, John, I wanted to ask you, so who was your favorite wrestler to work with? Whether as manager or wrestler?
Wow. Favorite? I couldn't put a favorite on it. It was a conglomeration of my favorites. Definitely Road Warriors. Definitely Terry Funk, Jerry Lawler. Definitely, ultimately, fucking Chris Candido. Sandman. Matt Striker. Sabu. Balls Mahone. Those are some of my favorites. Superfly Jimmy Stucker. These are some of my favorites that I've loved working with. Also, Kamala, believe it or not. Kamala James is a great man. I feel so bad with him with his leg, with the diabetes. I think, what was promised him was screwed up, and I can understand his anger, losing the leg and everything, but he's a good man. A lot of fun to work with.
Did he actually lose a whole leg or just a portion?
Knee down.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a good man though, James. Good guy. And he'd come to me. I could call him up in the middle of the night, tell him, I got a show tomorrow, I need you. Somebody pulled out of me. I'll be there, Diamond. And we had a blast. We'd go out there and start doing the Kamala dance and start singing and all types of shit and having a good old fun with that whole gimmick, It's dangerous. Johnny Diamond all decked up and there's Kamala running around there. There's his belly and the moon and the little lion cloth, and we had so much fun. Great guy. A lot of people I love were, and those are the basic fun ones that people I loved, I still love. And, I like working with them. They're easy to work with, a joy, and I learned a lot from them, and we learned a lot from each other. We work together like silk. It's like silk. It's like that magic. Sometimes it just clicks, and so many times I work with somebody and we just click because we're on the same level of what we want to do and present to the fans. So, yeah, that's my favorites.
Okay, as Dangerous Johnny Diamond, you always had your fair share of Diamond Vixens and other miscellaneous valets.
Whoa.
Just a question, a logical question for me would be your favorite valet.
In the business, or that worked with me?
Uh,
So I've worked with plenty.
You know what? We'll go within the business.
Within the business. Well, of course, there was Vixen. I worked with her for a long time, many years. We're also an item. We're not. We're still hello, goodbye. Once in a while we see to each other. She's got her life, I got mine. She moved away from the business and me, and that was that. Whatever it was personal. But she was fun to work with. Loved working with Luscious. Because she was great. There's so many of them out there that I've worked with, that I've had joy to work with. Wrestlers and females. Missy Hyatt was amazing. Dawn Marie. Oh, love Dawny. Dawny, if you're out there, girl. I'll never forget what you did for me. Bobcat, Cindy. Bobcat, remember her?
Married to Al Snow, I believe, today.
Amazing, amazing, amazing woman. Sweetheart, taught me a lot. Miss Sinful. Helped groom with her a lot, worked a lot with her, and we were very close. Let's see who else. I said Simply Luscious, right? So Missy Hyatt, Dawn Marie, Cindy Bobcat. Oh, Miss Michelle, of course. Love you, Shelley. Ecstasy, Kathy. Loved her, I miss her too. She was always fun and a panic to work with. She could play right into you, and she was like just so full of life. It's such a great girl. I liked working with Primetime Amy Lee. Good woman.
Legit badass.
Yeah, but a good woman. A good woman. Love Missy. Missy. I've never had a problem with Missy. There was another young Chinese girl, Shuki, I think she was, from Japan. Frankie brought her in for a couple of shows. She was out here in the States. Very lovely woman. Actually stopped the show in Japan when my mother died, so she can call me. Dina, that used to work with Crowbar, is now married to him. She was always fun to work with, a nice woman. There's a lot of females out there I've worked with. Yeah, those were the ones that, that helped a lot. And you also learn the aspects of the female's version of working. I mean, you know what? If people say things about her and knock her and whatever else, but whatever the personal position on it, you know what? I learned a lot from Tammy. What it is, but yet, she, as a professional, as a worker, none better. She knows her business when she's doing her craft and she's on the mark. And people can knock her, do whatever they want, and whatever it is personally, but business-wise, she knows her craft. And she taught me, and she helped me, and she helped guide me. When I was working with Chris, she would say, try this, Johnny, try that, do this. And she knows her craft, and I give her kudos for that. Cannot take that away from nobody. There's a lot of women I've worked with over the years. Those are some of my favorites, that I loved working with and enjoyed a lot.
Okay, though I feel we know the answer, I'm going to ask you, because we're going to be in closing, your favorite promoter.
Ha! Johnny Diamond. No. My favorite promoter. I don't even have to answer that. It's a stupid question.
I thought so. I thought it was redundant, but I did it anyway.
But you know what? I'd have to say Frank on there. He's the one, him and Gino Moore. I'd give it to them. Both of them. Very dear, close friends. Give me my break. Give me good sound advice. Helped me as not only in the business, but in my personal life. Were there, both of them. And maybe they were rivalries, but the truth be known, that Frank and Gino used to work together at one point. Both good men. Both have their ways, and both maybe they have their differences, but when it comes down to promoting or running a show or whatever it is, if they owned it or not, they have the perfect mindset. You know, they know how to make it run, how to generate money, how to generate a personality, how to generate a wrestler, how to generate everything. They know how to do it. It's, to me, there's none better. Except if you're talking Vince McMahon or the Smothers and the brothers, and, you know, that, and the Jarretts and shit like that. But as in the indie circuits, definitely Gino Moore, Frank Goodman. Frank Goodman first, because he's the one who gave me a break, and that's one I owe everything to.
So, in moving along, John, I'd like to throw out some names from USA Pro and get a blurb from you for each one.
Oh, you mean name game? I like that. I love that shit. Oh my God, come on, hit me up. I love that shit.
Okay.
God.
We'll start with Pitbull Duke Snyder.
Honorable, noble, been around the business for many years, taught me a lot. He ain't no joke. You know, if there's one man you don't want to meet in a dark alley. Definitely. Dangerous, knows his shit. And I'm not talking just play wrestling. No, he knows how to hurt you. He's from the old school of being a grappler, a real wrestler, not a wrestler, a wrestler. Knows it. Very good guy. Nice guy. What else?
Okay, Hard Rock Ken Sweeney.
Hard Rock Ken Sweeney?
Exactly.
Oh, Kenny came up with me. Great guy. Funny. Sincere. Knows his trade, knows how to get the crowd going.
Matt Stryker.
Matt Stryker, wow. I remember Matty. Wow, Matt Stryker. Consummate professional. Sweetheart of a guy. Knows the trade very well. I forget, I think he was trained by, what's that company down there?
I think he was trained by at Gleason's gym.
Gleason's.
For Johnny Rods.
Yeah, Johnny Rods. Knows his trade very well. I think he got screwed over when he went to, I believe, Japan, and he took a sabbatical. Something happened with the school system, and they fired him or whatever as teacher, whatever else, and he went wholeheartedly, got picked up by Vince, and I understand he got injured, but they still have a spot for him. Because he is a consummate professional, he can perform in any way. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody has a job one way or another in his business. If he can't wrestle and grapple, he could do emceeing, he could do announcing. It's knowing all facets of your trade. Very nice guy. As a matter of fact, the first convention he ever did was with me. He does a lot of good charity work when we do stuff. Good guy, good man.
Rockshaw 337.
Rockshaw, oh my God. Funny. Good worker. A little thin. I've heard he's gotten a little bulkier now. I know he had some problems and with demons and other things in his life, whether it be his family or whoever. Had some problems. He straightened it up, but he stepped up like a man, straightened him out with Frank. Good guy. He's done a lot of conventions with me, a lot of shows with me. We worked together. We did a whole stint in USA Pro. We did stints at Total Mayhem, stints at NYCBM, stints all over the place. We've worked together. Good friend. True friend.
Okay, new Dynamite Kid.
Mark. Dynamite Kid. Wow. Haven't heard. I did a lot of stuff with him too. Good kid. Good heart. Had his own demons also. But yet when he got in the ring, he was fun to work with. Good guy. I did a lot of work with him. A lot of matches all over different companies and everything else, all over the country with him. Good guy. Knows his trade. He's got a good look. A little small in stature, but he'd be a good lightweight, middleweight. I'd go for it. Haven't heard from him in years. Don't know what he's doing. I haven't even heard about him in the business anymore. But he was a nice guy.
Skinhead Ivan? Or Crazy Ivan?
I remember him.
Whichever one you'd like to call him tonight.
I knew him. I worked with him a couple of times. Nice person personally. For the gimmick, I really didn't care for the gimmicks, the way promotions were pushing him to be racial. I didn't like that. I think it was cheap heat. But it worked for him. It worked for him, and he worked it out, and he got a lot of shit for it because of that. But that's not him as a person, As a person, he's a good family man, got kids, a wife, girlfriend, whatever it was. I don't recall exactly if it was wife or girlfriend, he's a good man personally. To work with him, he's a good worker. I just didn't like that gimmick. I don't believe in that type of heat for the racism. I don't play the racism card.
Danny DeMonto.
Danny. All right. Professionally, I respect where he's come from. I know when he was younger how he was and everything, and as a worker professionally, good worker. He's come a long way from when he was a kid, back in high school. Okay, he's come a long way, and he's worked very hard to get what he is, and he's matured, and I've seen it, and he's a good entertainer. Personally, I really can't say too much about him. We know each other. Everybody gets bickerments between them, but it doesn't mean that I take anything away from the craft. That was personal between me and him, and just little sidebar comments. But when it comes to professionalism, he's good with me. We had our little things and back and forth, but I never really had a major problem with him. Just little things between me and him, and that has nothing to do with being out there in the ring. It's just me and him, and just two different people, two different views on different things. So.
Homicide.
Amazing worker. Tight. Knows his shit. He's got a good heart. Amazing friend. Good person. Always there to help you out, talk to you about the sciences of the wrestling, and knows his shit. Deadly accurate. Okay, on point, on cue. Personally, great guy. His heart goes into this business, and that's something you can't make or create. It's a natural, and he's a natural, naturally talented, has a good heart about it, and believes in it, believes in the dream. Good man, very nice man, very nice man.
Loki.
Same thing. Deadly accurate, serious-minded, knows his shit. Nobody I'd rather work in the ring with. I worked with both of them, him and Homicide. Nobody I'd prefer working in the ring with. These guys, consummate professionals, constantly. They don't take anything from outside there, in the back. In the ring, it's a whole different ball game. Very professional.
Xavier.
Good-hearted guy. Good moves. Could have gone a lot further, I think.
I agree.
I mean, nice, friendly person. Worked well, a lot of great matches. I think he could have gone a lot further if he was given the right push, and by anybody, a promoter or a good look at Ohio or anybody else. They just groomed him, fine-tuned him. He could be really, really amazing. Really amazing. Good guy. And he's got good heart. He's got a good heart. Big heart. And he loves this business. And never had a problem with him. I worked with him too many times. Awesome guy. Gives anything, to this business.
Balls Mahoney.
Wow. Balls. Balls is like one of my best friends in this business. Our first comic book was together, me and him. Great worker. A lot of people don't know the truth about Balls. I do. Balls has more talent in his left pinky than most people know he has. That guy is collegiate wrestling, can train, can also box, also martial arts. He's been around this business a lot longer than most people think. Has some issues, his own personal demons, but he cleared them up, I thank God. When his son was born. And Balls, I've done matches inside and out with that guy, traveled across the country with that guy, done matches everywhere with this guy, booked him everywhere with me. And when I was booking, if I was doing convention, he did everything and helped me huge with my career. Great guy, good friend. I haven't spoken to John in, I say, about 2 years since my father passed. I've heard things. I don't know if it's true or not, and I really don't care, but I do know John as a person, Balls as a person, as my friend. As one of my closest friends. Me, him, Candido, Sandman, we all hung out together. Balls is a great guy. Good heart. Size of Texas, that guy. Always gets bad rap because it's some stupid thing or another in his business, we were talking about before. And gives his heart to charity with me, does a lot of charitable events. But he's worried about money because he's got a family, children, he's got to run his life. And I understand that. And he makes his money the way he can, what he's got to do. He's a great wrestler, can call everything scientifically, as a bleeder, a brawler. The guy's just like amazing. I think at ECW, I think he didn't get the proper push by Paul Heyman. I think he should have got more. Just great work. I mean, and he's really a sweetheart, that big pussy cat. When he's in the ring, it's all business. It's all business, and it better be on the money. Because you fuck up, you're going to know you fucked up with him. Okay, you don't want to fuck up in the ring with John. Balls, Mahoney, whatever you want to call him. You don't want to fuck up. You want to do it right, and it better be right. Because you fuck up, you're making yourself look bad, you're making the ring look bad, you're making him look bad, you're making a promoter looking bad. You fuck up, he's going to let you know you fucked up. There are times I fucked up as a rookie learning, and he'd sit there and talk to me nicely, lovingly, believe it or not, sometimes yelling at me. John, and you know what I'm talking about. But if you're out there and you're hearing this, John, you know what I'm talking about, brother. He drew me out a couple of things, and I've done a couple of things, and I was stupid. I was still learning, and I deserved that, and I need to know that what I did wrong, and I made it right. Okay. But yeah, after that, we'd go along on matches, and we knew each other, what we were thinking, how we were thinking. The ring science of being in that ring and knowing what you're gonna do next. Okay? And if something ain't working, you change that shit up, because it ain't working, the fans ain't buying it. That means you're not doing your job. You change it up, you change up the game instantly. And he's very quick on his feet, knowing what to do and how to change the game. If you're doing something, you just got somebody and it's a figure 4 leg lock, and their screams, the fans are going, boring, boring. You know something's wrong. Get out there, change it right there and then. Whatever you got to do. And he does it. And he entertains. And he gives his heart and his blood and his body. And I mean, literally gives his body to this business. People forget that. And when people want to talk shit when somebody's having a hard time or whatever, but you forget all the love and all the cheer and all the happiness and all the events and the main events and everything else is, man, it's done. But once one little thing said wrong, oh my God, what is this man giving to this business? His heart, blood, soul, and body. damaged his body beyond repair. He gave it all, and he still does. From what I hear, I know there's some things going around, but it's none of my business. I love John nonetheless. I love him like my brother. We are blood brothers, me and him. It's not that if the man came to me, I'd give him the shirt off my back if he needed it. You know, unfortunately, we just haven't seen each other, talked to each other, because my father died. He's got his life with his kid and his wife and whatever, and doing what he's doing. I wish I could have been there for the past 2 years, and maybe what I'm hearing wouldn't have gone down, you know. And I don't know if it's true or not. It's none of my business, but it is my business if it's my friend. And yeah, I plan on getting in touch with him soon. You know, just been getting my own stuff together from my past from my dad. But you know what? Down the road, we always see each other, and it's the friendship, the camaraderie is always there, and he'll always be my brother. And there's nothing nobody can take away from that. You know, that man taught me things and believed in me, and helped guide me in a lot of things, and wrestling wise, and the science of it, the mindset of the actual physical. He taught me so many things.
It's been our pleasure here at Handsome Reaper Productions to spend an evening with Dangerous Johnny Diamond. And in closing, we'd like to ask you, Johnny, if you have anything to say out there to your fans and friends in Shootland.
To my friends, my family that's standing behind me, the promoters, the workers, the entertainment business, I've been blessed by all of you. Thank you so much for supporting me and backing me and always being there for me. I could do nothing less but give my 100%, and just be Johnny, you know. But remember, it's a character I'm playing is Johnny Diamond. And when I'm out there, be prepared for anything. But as a person, as Johnny, I want to say thank you for standing there behind me and supporting me through times of my family's problems, with deaths and everything, and my own health issues, and standing behind me all these years. And I'm glad that you're there. And I'm glad that I still go out to stores or restaurants and people recognize me and want an autograph. And I'll never refuse anybody. But when I understand when I'm at a show, I gotta eat also. So, you know, that's the name of the game in this business. But to a friend, to be not say hello or shake a hand or smile and say, hey, what's up? That's not me. I'll always be that way. But when I'm doing business, it's a business. And I appreciate everybody's support. All my friends in the comic book business and wrestling industry, everything. Thank you. It's been a blessing and it's been a ride, and I hope that we're going to have a long ride with this one too. So the launch of the return of Johnny Diamond and the legend is not a myth. Well, that's what you want. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get Johnny Diamond. God bless. Good night. Peace.